actually is too early to start teaching your children about money. For blogger Wan Yun, the right time was just before her son Travis began Primary 1.
We started off with pretend play, where we will set up like a fake ice cream store or a restaurant, and we'll use fake money to kind of transact. I created this card. So they are like grocery cards where there's like onion for 60 cents, I don't know, ice cream for $3.40, and so on and so forth. Me and my husband will pick like maybe 3 cards, and we will tell him that these are what we are buying, and can you calculate for us how much we need to pay?
Now that Travis is settled in school, she's moved on to other concepts, like budgeting.
On Sunday night, when I gave him $10, he has to decide how much he wants to bring to school every day, right? So this is to teach him how to ration his money. So on certain days, he decides to bring only $1. On certain days, he will bring $3, and that is up to him.
Like Travis, 9-year-old Natalie saves up her excess pocket money.
I started saving money from primary 1, and my mother taught me how to save money. She was like every day like, okay, when I first started school, she like, okay, you go and buy your food, balance money, just come back and put in your piggy bank.
Natalie and Travis are examples of how Gen X and millennial parents are teaching their kids about money earlier than past generations. And the pandemic has accelerated the process.
We realize that there's a very big source of stress when it comes to the lack of finances during this pandemic. And that has really given also an appreciation that as parents begin to be equipped with learning about money, they too can begin to equip their children to learn about money.
According to financial literacy startup Playmula, a key part of starting young is building what it calls financial emotional resilience.
So essentially what this means is that we grow up with different money narratives. We could say, okay, money is the source of all conflict, money is the root of all evil. But when we begin to rethink some of these positive scripts or narratives, it could be transformed into things like, money is a tool for a flourishing life. Money can be an enabler for dreams to come true.
While Playmula teaches children aged 7 and above, as well as young adults, at the Institute for Financial Literacy, even expectant parents are coming for courses.
The thinking is a lot of them also see themselves in the picture. Perhaps they sort of relate back to their own years of growing up, whether they were in secondary school, in university, or even starting work as young adults, where they were a bit fuzzy about how to get a right relationship with money. Perhaps they had some issues with, not healthy relationship from the perspective of how to grow their wealth. So they feel that they want to get some foundations right with the baby coming in.
While experts say the concept of saving for a rainy day can be taught to children as young as 3, by the time they're teenagers, you can start bringing in concepts of investing. Other parents are also laying the foundations for investment portfolios for their children. Financial blogger Dawn Che advises other parents how to start investing. The mother of 2 also walks the talk.
For both my kids, I actually set up an investment portfolio for them, which consists of both DIY stock picks as well as crypto, as well as robo-investing through index funds.
Her advice is to ensure your children's investments don't require excess active management.
If I actively manage theirs, then I'm also teaching them that, they need to learn how to actively manage, but that may not be the right method for them depending on what kind of career they want to do in the future. What if they're not like me, who actually enjoys investing and the intellectual challenge it provides, right? What if they just want to invest to be inflation, to make sure that their assets don't deteriorate? Then they will think like, oh no lah, my mommy had to actively manage too much work. I don't want. So I didn't want to give that idea, which is why I felt like something in the middle is better.
Regardless of the strategy taken, experts agree that the benefits of exposing children to money from young are not just financial. The biggest payouts may be in other aspects of their lives.
It may be a bit of stretch, but it also helps with eventually their ability to have good relationship with a partner, right? Be it boyfriend, girlfriend, or even down the road with, you can imagine a married couple which doesn't have a solid relationship with money is kind of rocky. So that's the fundamental part, that when you can build that positive relationship with money, and I think that's going to be a lifelong value.
One of the very basic concepts that we impart is really about this practice of the virtue of discernment. So being able to pause at the point of purchase when you may feel like, I really, really, really want this thing, and say, okay, to myself, is this a need or a want? So it's to really emotionally regulate ourselves to say, okay, let's pause, right? We don't have to rush. We can just get ourselves calmed and really think through this decision that's on hand. And you realize that this practice can be applied to many different things in our life as well.
And as for what kids these days are saving up for, turns out the answer may not be that different from other generations.
I use it for storybooks. Erasers.